What's going on, everybody? Oh my goodness, it's like after 10, and I just feel like I want to share some information with you guys. I hope you don't mind. Let's make sure that I am live. It seems like I am. Okay, I can hear myself. I just want to share it into one of my groups here. And then we're going to go ahead and make it do what it do. I want to present to you guys, let's talk about refinance. Is it a smart move, a dumb move? What do you think? Maybe you don't know much about it, and that's why I'm doing this live tonight, just to shed some insight on it. Where is my group? Let's see. Let's get this bad boy shared. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I'm just going to try to share this real quick. Chime in where you are watching me from. Let me know where you're watching me from. I would love to know. Are you in the state of South Carolina? You're in a different state? Let's see where you are chiming in from. All right, so we got it shared. We're going to go ahead and kick it off. If you have any questions, guys, please definitely drop them below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions while I'm on the live. If you're watching this on the replay, still drop your questions or even DM me, and I'll answer them when I see them. So we're going to talk refinance options. When is it a good time to do it? What type of options are there out there? All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm just checking. Looks like my screen didn't change over. So let me just make sure we are sharing. There we go. It changed over. There we go. So there are 5 smart reasons, right, why you should refinance. In case you guys don't know, my name is Solandia Hammond, aka Suham Baby. I am a mortgage broker, license number 251-9087. And there are a number of reasons why you can refinance. And of course, everybody's situation is different. And one of the things that I want to take the time to tell you on this particular live is that the refinance needs to make sense. We don't want to get into debt and it doesn't make any sense. There's such a thing as good debt and bad debt. So I am not here to tell you to pull all your money out and then have overdrafts. I am actually here to help you do the right things with the refinance, to give you some breathing room to make you be able to sleep at night. Because let's just be honest, we know that some of the reasons why people die early, some of the reasons why people live a miserable life is because they are stressing over freaking money. So there are 5 reasons, right, that we have on the screen. You can consolidate high interest debt. You can access cash. You can remove your primary mortgage insurance. You can change the loan term. You can stabilize your budget, start to build savings. I mean, you can take money out to even buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off debt, all that good stuff. And we're going to get into it real quick. So if you are consolidating debt with the refinance, most of you are going to do this because you want to have multiple payments in one plan. So you're typically going to pull the equity out of your home to pay off high interest credit card debt, which makes sense. Or if you have a high a card loan or a high second mortgage, a HE loan or a HELOC, it may be ideal for you to pull out the equity to pay these things off and combine everything into one payment plan. So here's what I can do for you, right? I am willing to do a refinance review for you to tell you if it makes sense. Right. I'm not one of those persons who's just going to say, no, go refinance it. It needs to make sense. And let me tell you why. Because I have been in the shoes where I didn't have financial literacy and I refinanced a lot of properties, took a lot of cash and just blew straight through it. Like back in 2006 to 2009, blew straight through my money, didn't have a plan for my money. And so because I didn't have a plan, my money went flying out the window every which way but the right way. So if you're going to do a refinance, you definitely need to have a plan. What do you want to do? Do you want to consolidate high interest debt, which makes sense if you've got a bunch of high credit card balances? You know, everything might look good on paper for you. You're making the money, but all of your money is going right back in bills. You have no breathing room. And if that's you, a consolidation might be the thing, getting all those credit cards, anything with a high interest payment, putting it all together, using the equity out of your house and consolidating it and having one payment. That might be the way for you. And for those of you that are listening, they're saying, oh, but that's starting my loan over for, 20, 15, 20 or 30 years. Listen, if you hang tight, I'll tell you different ways that you can still pay your loan off really, really fast. But I do know that in these economic times, people just need some breathing room. They need a way out. And a lot of people are not even freaking familiar with the process of using the equity in their home to consolidate high interest debt. I mean, it'll lower your debt to income ratio. It'll lower your payments. It'll lower the amount of interest that you have to pay. So that is one reason why a lot of people do consider refinancing. Another reason is to access the cash, turn that equity into cash. Maybe you want to buy an investment property. Maybe you want to take a vacation. Maybe you want to pay for college. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to just have an emergency cushion. You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You can't do nothing but pay your bills, go to work, and go back home. But if you're one of those persons who are fortunate enough to have equity in your home, you may be able to pull some of that cash out for home repairs, home additions, to have an emergency cushion, to do some of those things that we just said. But here's the thing. Do not be like how I was about 20 years ago. Do not just pull that money out for shopping sprees, buying vehicles, pissing your money away. Make sure you have a budget and a plan for the cash that you plan to pull out. Cash out isn't bad. Bad planning is bad. All right. Remember that. So that's the second reason. Here's another reason why some people refinance. If they have a conventional loan, they may have primary mortgage insurance. And if that's the case and they have at least 20% equity in that home, you can refinance to get rid of the PMI. And boom, it's gone. If the bank doesn't just automatically remove it, you could refinance, get rid of the PMI, and perhaps if the interest rates are lower, look for an even lower interest rate. However, we'd have to look at guidelines for that particular reason. You can change your loan term. Maybe you started out with a 30-year mortgage and now you want to go to 15 years or 20 years. You can do that to restructure it. Life changes. When you got your mortgage to start off with, maybe things are different now. You want to, balance the monthly comfort versus the long-term interest. So there are many different reasons why you can refinance, and changing your loan term is definitely one. Changing it from a 30-year to a 15 or 20-year will definitely help you pay it off faster. But that is not the only way that you can pay off a refinance or your regular primary purchase faster. Some people finance to stabilize their budget. Now, what does stability look like? Kind of like what we said when you're accessing the cash. You're rebuilding your savings, right? You're reducing your stress, man. Because some of you are like one paycheck away from just being homeless, or one paycheck away from being stranded. The car just not working. If it breaks down, Lord forbids, what are you going to do? You might want to stop the overdraft fees. Like I said, living paycheck to paycheck. But really, when you have overdraft fees, you're not even really making it paycheck to paycheck. So stabilizing your budget, having that peace of mind, pulling out that cash, and restructuring your life will definitely help you to sleep better at night, because living on vibes is cute until the overdraft fees hit. Okay. But again, I stress to you, for those of you who are watching, you definitely want to make sure that you have a plan for how you plan to use the equity in your home. Now, I just want to say that if you are thinking about it, I have a quiz where you just take 4 questions and I can give you a refinance quote, just 4 questions, answer 4 questions for me, and I can let you know what you possibly qualify for. So stay tuned and I'll tell you how you can do that. Now, cash out. You can pay off high interest stuff first. But please don't run the credit cards back up, right? If you pay off those credit cards, I'm not going to say close the credit cards, because if they've been open for a while and you just close them, it's going to affect your credit score. So you may want to just keep them open. But what you got to do is change your habits. You got to have discipline. Don't run those cards back up. Please, please, please build yourself an emergency fund if you are taking cash out. When we do the reviews for you, we're looking at the total cost, not just the monthly payment. We're looking at how much you're saving, doing a refi cash out, seeing if it actually makes sense with you. Say this with me. New loan, not new problems. We don't want no new problems. We don't want to pay off stuff, take money, and then go run the cards back up and buy new stuff and then be worse than where we were. So if you are smart, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but if you're smart, you can actually change your life with a refinance cash out or a refinance consolidation. So I want to tell you guys about this one person I helped to refinance. I've been helping them refinance quite a few people here lately, but this one homeowner was making a mortgage payment on time, but the credit cards were just eating them alive. I mean, basically, they could only make like the minimum payment on these credit cards. And these credit card payments, credit card balances were like $40,000. And so it was very stressful. Minimum payments, interest stacking. They're stressed, they're snappy, they're tired. And that's because, let's just be real about it. Money pressure will change your whole freaking mood. It'll change your life. It can bring on dis-ease. So they look great on paper, but behind closed doors, they were juggling bills like it was a circus act. I mean, it was just a matter of time before something was actually going to drop. So I was glad that we were able to come up with a strategy for them. We were able to look at options for refinancing, clean up the high interest debt, and create a stable plan. And the best part is we stop the money leakage. So a lot of times with the refinance, you give yourself a reset. You're able to save money. You're able to pay debts off a lot quicker. And you're able to just have breathing room and then be able to put more money away for retirement or either buy an investment home. So for those of you that are concerned about resetting your mortgage with the refinance, look, there's ways to still pay off your mortgage fast. And I even have a video on this. And if you want it, all you got to do is say so below this video and I'll send you that, or DM me and I'll send you that video of ways to pay your home off faster. But all you got to do is send in extra money. And when you send it in, make sure you tell them to add the extra money to your principal. On the video that I shot on how to pay your home off faster, I showed examples of what $50 a month would do, how much it would knock off years off your mortgage. I even showed what one lump sum payment every year would do, how it would knock your mortgage off. It is just amazing on how you can take a 30-year mortgage and knock it down to 20 or 15 or 18 years just by sending in little bits of extra money and applying it to the principal. So listen, definitely if you want to pay it off faster, definitely send in extra payments to a principal. You can either do that monthly. You can do it once a year. You can do it once every 2-3 years, however you want to break it down. Whenever you get a bonus or you get a pay raise or you get extra money, just send it in and apply it to your principal and be consistent with that. And you're going to knock your mortgage balance down a whole lot quicker. So hopefully this has been very beneficial to you. Let's see if I have any questions. But while I'm looking to see if we have any questions, what I would like to say to you guys is I would like to extend the offer for you to go over to my website, loanswithsuham.com. If you're interested in finding out a quote, finding out how much you could possibly qualify for with the refinance, how much you could get to pay off debts, or how much you could get back in hand as cash. All you got to do is answer 4 questions and I'll get you your quote over to you ASAP. Let's go back. What happened? I don't know what happened there. It went out. Okay, let's go back. So just go to visit loanswithsuham.com and I will be able to get that quote over to you guys expeditiously. Now, let's see here. Hopefully that's been very beneficial to you. I hope so. I've enjoyed providing this information to you. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. You can always call me or text me at 843-230-0175. Or you can go to the website and set up a free loan consultation at loanswithsuham.com. Thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day.